So, welcome to the course Air Pollution and Control. So, this is week 12, probably the last class. There may be some one or two revision sessions, but like you will get the information for that. But uh, speaking by large, this will be the last class from my side. So, yeah, I'm Abhishek Raj, PMRF scholar, IIT Madras. So, let's start with this session. So, overview for week 12, we will see. So, practice assignments. So not many questions today. I have kept it light last class. So only 15 questions we will have, and then we can take the doubts. So starting with the overview. So first one was for sampling method and procedure for the air pollutant. So quality control, and some summary was given along with the conclusions. Lecture 2 was specifically focused on sulfur and nitrogen oxides and how their sampling is done, what is the analysis procedure. Lecture 3, so how monitoring is done for stack emissions, and isokinetic sampling was discussed in lecture 3. Then lecture 4 was about the indoor air quality assessment, like multi-gas monitor, how it is used for that application. Lecture 5, so sampling and analysis for particularly for particulate matter. And finally, it was lecture 5. So yeah, it was ended with the spectrometer. So how that is used for particulate matter. So we'll start with the practice assignment. So 15 questions we'll have. I'll drop the polls. You can reply there. So starting with question number 1, according to National Ambient Air Quality Standards, the permissible value of 24-hour concentration for PM 2.5 in industrial, residential, rural and other areas is 40, 60, 80 and 100 micrograms per meter cube. The responses. People are saying 40, 60. I think most of the people are saying 60. We have how many people here today? So we have 6 people, but only 4 have responded, I guess. So 3 have responded. Any other responses? Okay. So we'll see the answer. So we I think we saw this in last class also. So PM 2.5, if we take, we can take it in 2 levels. So we can take the annual concentration and we can take 24-hour concentrations. One can be for like industrial, residential, rural areas, and then ecologically sensitive areas can be there. So it will be like 40, 60, and 40, 60 for this one. So we are interested in this industrial, residential, and rural on a 24-hour basis. So our answer will be 60. So as per National Ambient Air Quality, for 24-hour concentration, PM 2.5 will be 60 grams, 60 micrograms per meter cube. Moving to question number 2 now. The filter paper used during the sampling of PM 2.5 in ambient air is known as PTFE filter paper, where PTFE refers to polytetrafluoroethylamine, polytetrafluoroethyl, polytetrafluoroethylene, polytetrafluoroethanol. Responses. Okay, so I think everyone is saying option C, right? Yeah. So PTFE is basically polytetrafluoroethylene. I'm writing it separately, but usually they'll write it together also, like in as one word. So this is the chemical name, but if we talk about the trade name, so that is Teflon, and like it is used in like utensils, yeah, like pipes, tanks. Like it will have very good insulating properties. Also, like gaskets, you use this like mainly for coating purpose. So yeah, that is the filter paper that is used is also for sampling of 2.5 is also made of PTFE. So that is polytetrafluoroethylene. So I think everyone answered this correctly. So the right answer, it is the full form of PTFE is polytetrafluoroethylene. Moving to question number 3 now. Which of the following pollutants is a colorless gas with a burnt matchstick type smell? Carbon monoxide, SO2, NO2, and VOCs. Responses. Okay. So three responses. Two for SO2, one for carbon monoxide. Anyone else? No other responses. Okay, we will see the answer. So yeah, when we talk about SO2, it is characterized with a matchstick type smell, burnt matchstick type smell. So you should not confuse this with H2S. So that will be of rotten eggs. So sometimes people confuse between these two, but like they are different. So the right answer here is option B. SO2 will have a burnt matchstick smell. So let's quickly see the standards for this. So same pattern. One will be the annual scale. One will be 24 hours. First will be the industrial, residential, and rural areas. Then we will have ecologically sensitive areas. So for annual, here we'll have 50 to 80. I think this will be same. This will be 20. So on an annual basis, ecological will be lower, but 24-hour basis, we can have the same up to 80. So that is the standards for this SO2 as per National Ambient Air Quality. So I hope this is clear now. So yeah, option B, SO2, burnt matchstick smell. Moving to question number 4 now. Which of the following is used for optical reference in the spectrophotometer? Reagent blank, distilled water, sample and tap water. What are the responses? Yeah, I think okay, everyone is saying distilled water, right? Okay. So yeah, not there is not much to discuss in this. So whenever we use the spectrophotometer, so optical reference when we have to take the reading, so we'll use the distilled water. We'll have clear visibility, not use anything other than that. So yeah, correct answer is distilled water. Moving to question number, there is no number mistake here. So the maximum time interval for monitoring of the particulate matter using GRIM EDM 164 model is 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 45 minutes, and 60 minutes. process. I think everyone is saying 60 minutes, right? Okay. Yeah. So yeah, whenever we use Grimm model, that was discussed in the last lecture. So that is basically the spectrophotometer. So for that, we'll give 60 minutes. So yeah, maximum time will be 60 minutes. Minimum will be, I think, 6 seconds. And synchronization should be done every 3 months in case there is like a time zone change or anything. So every 3 months we should synchronize it. So that is the maximum time interval for monitoring PM matter. So that is 60 minutes. Moving to question number 7 now. Which of the following methods is used to measure the level of carbon dioxide in Grey Wolf multi-gas monitor? Non-dispersive infrared spectroscopy, gravimetric method, improved West and Gate method, modified Jacob and Hokaisher method. Responses. Two responses for A. Anyone else? So I think everyone is saying option A, right? So yeah, option A is the right one. It is non-dispersive infrared spectroscopy that is used in multi-gas monitor. So this we used specifically for carbon dioxide because like it will absorb light at like a specific wavelength, and like it will be different from other gases. So the specific wavelength that carbon dioxide will absorb will be completely different. So we'll use this method, infrared spectroscopy, to measure, and it will be non-dispersive. So yeah, that is the question number 7, non-dispersive infrared spectroscopy. Moving to question 8 now. Choose the correct statement ensuring the representative sample in a stack monitoring using isokinetic sampling. So this is from lecture 3. The kinetic energy of the gas stream in the stack should be greater than the kinetic energy of the gas stream through the sampling nozzle. It should be less, should be equal, and none of the above. Two responses for option C. Anyone else? So the whole concept of isokinetic sampling. So here we are using the word isokinetic means iso means equal, kinetic means kinetic energy. So it should be equal in the stack as well as the sampling nozzle. So that is what. So kinetic energy of the gas stream in the stack should be equal to kinetic energy of the gas stream through the sampling nozzle. It should be maintained constant. So the right answer is option C. The kinetic energy should be equal in the stack as well as the. So I think the answer is incorrect here. It will be equal. So we'll correct this while providing the PDF. Moving to question number 9 now. Absorbing reagent potassium tetrachloromercurate is used in sampling and analysis of SO2, NO2, CO, and ozone. Responses. So SO2, SO2, NO2. Okay. So yeah, this potassium tetrachloromercurate TCM, that is, it is used for SO2. As far as NO2 is concerned, they will use something called NIDA for that. So I can't recall the full form. You can check it. That is a different compound. PCM is used for SO2. Coming to question number. So SO2 is the right answer. Question number 10 now. So modified Jacob method is used for sampling and analysis of CO, O3, SO2, and NO2. So people are saying option D. Anyone else? Okay. I think people are correct. Three, four answers we have. So right answer is NO2. So this method is used for sampling analysis of NO2, nitrogen oxides. So let's quickly go over the standards. These are important. So annual will be there 24 hours. This will be industrial, residential, rural, ecologically sensitive areas that will be different. So annual will be 40. Uh, this is 80, 80. This will look less 30. So that is for National Ambient Air Quality for NOP. So right answer is option B, NOP. Moving to question number 11 now. Which of the following procedures is used for sampling of flue gas in a chimney for suspended particulate matter? Isothermal sampling, isokinetic sampling, adiabatic sampling, and differential sampling. Responses. Okay, so everyone is saying option B, right? I lost my network for some time. I'll share the screen again. Everyone answered B for this. Let's see the answer quickly. So yeah, we discussed this just in one of the questions before this. Yeah, isokinetic sampling is used for suspended particulate matter, particularly for chimneys, stack monitoring. That is option B. So here we will have the kinetic energy of the particles in the stack, which will be equal to kinetic energy of the particles in the nozzle. So Ke will be maintained constant. That's why it is called as isokinetic. So this is used for stack emission monitoring, that is flue gas in chimneys. So the right answer is isokinetic sampling. Moving to question number 12 now. To ensure a representative sample, which energy of the gas stream, so continuation from the previous question, should be equal to the energy of the gas stream through the sampling nozzle? Thermal, kinetic, potential, electrical. Can I have maybe quick response for this? Okay. So yeah, we discussed this just now. So not much point to go over this again. So kinetic energy. Simply we are discussing about isokinetic sampling. So to maintain a representative sample, we'll maintain the kinetic energy of the gas stream in the stack, which will should be equal to gas stream passing through the sampling nozzle. So right answer is option B, kinetic. That's it. Moving to the next one, question number 13. For measuring the carbon monoxide and dioxide using the indoor air quality measuring probe, calibration should be performed at a time interval of at least 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, and 12 months. Response. So one response for option B. Anyone else? Yeah, we'll see the answer. So right answer is 6 months. So when we measure this using the multi-gas monitor, so that there will be two things. So one will be the relative humidity, other will be monoxide and dioxide. So for this, we should do the calibration every 12 months. Carbon dioxide will be done every 6 months. So yeah, that is the point you should remember. For carbon monoxide and dioxide, we'll use calibrate the system every 6 months. So here it's given 12 months, but it will be 6 months. So whatever problem is, I think this PPT was prepared in somewhat hurry. So there will be some errors here and there. So I will check all of them and give you the correct one in that. So coming to question number 14, which of the following parameters is measured using non-dispersive infrared spectroscopy in multi-gas monitor? Temperature, percentage relative humidity, carbon monoxide, and carbon dioxide. And I think everyone is saying CO2, right? Okay. So yeah, that is the correct one, CO2. So we discussed it will absorb the light at specific wavelengths, so which other gases cannot do. It is the primary reason behind using the non-dispersive infrared spectroscopy in this multi-gas monitor instrument for measuring CO2. So yeah, correct answer is option D, CO2. Moving to the last question for today's session. The minimum time interval for monitoring particulate matter using spectrometer software is 45 seconds, 30 seconds, 12 seconds, 6 seconds. Any responses? I think people are saying option B, right? Okay. So yeah, that is correct. Option D, that is 6 seconds. So maximum time is 1 hour. Minimum is, or better to say 60 minutes. Minimum is 6 seconds. So the right answer here is 60 seconds. Sorry, 6 seconds. So with this, we come to the end of today's sessions. Before 5, we are finished. Like not much in this week 12. So you should remember the basic details like what are the chemicals which are getting used, what are the calibration times, what is the instrument like. Basic details you should know. Not needed to know everything about the. Just cover it. I would rate this week's content as not very essential for the exam. You should just know the basic details, like these small things. You should be fine. So week 10, I think we discussed the numericals. You should go through that. Any other doubts you can ask? Yeah, it will be uploaded shortly. Manipulate? I don't understand. Yes, solutions. All solutions will be uploaded shortly, I think. Like within 1 week, they will upload everything. Yeah, online calculator will be there in the exam portal. 1 to 10. Okay. The first question was, what are the air quality standards for PM 2.5 in industrial areas? So at a 24-hour level. So for 24 hours, it is 60 micrograms per meter cube. For annual, it is 40. 24 hours, it is 60. Question 2 was about, so filter paper is used for PM 2.5. So that filter paper is known as PTFE. So what is the full form for that basically? So polytetrafluoroethylene, that is also known as Teflon. It is used in utensils, pipes as a coating material. Question 3. So which of the gases has a matchstick type smell? So SO2 has matchstick type smell. So we also discussed the standards. So for annual, it will be 50. 24 hours, it will be 80. So spectrophotometer, what do we use for the optical reference? So we use distilled water there. So here it was, so maximum time interval, so that will be 60 minutes. So minimum also we saw in one of the questions, that will be 6 seconds. And synchronization should be done every 3 months in case there is a change in the time zone. 7 was, yeah. So for CO2, we use the non-dispersive infrared spectroscopy because it absorbs light at specific wavelengths. Isokinetic sampling. So what is the basic concept that was asked in question number 8? So yeah, kinetic energy of the gas stream in the stack should be equal to the kinetic energy in the sampling nozzle. So what do we use for SO2? So we use potassium tetrachloromercurat. So that will be used for SO2. For NO2, we'll use NIDA. So you can check the full form. I don't clearly remember. So it will be naphthyl ethyl diamine something. I can't really clearly recall. Don't want to say anything wrong. So better you check it. So for NO2, it will be NIDA. For SO2, it will be TCM. Question 10 was, so Jacob method is used for sampling of NO2. So yes, 40 will be the limits in annual and 80 will be for 24 hours. Case study, it's some basic concept they will ask, but not directly, I know. Better to go through. Okay. There is some network issue on my side today. Don't know what is the problem. If you don't have any doubts, feel free to leave. I'm not sure about negative marking. You can check. You can ask in the discussion forum.
Sir, assignment 10 or numerical problems are there. So you provide assignment solution means it is.
Yeah, it will be provided.
Okay, sir. Thanks.
Okay, then. Thank you, everyone. Prepare well for your exams. All the best. It was my pleasure teaching this tutorial for this course. Thank you all. Thank you. All the best.